I think you might want to fast forward this. I've heard these credits are like half an hour.
I need a goddamn minute to ramble some opinions. Because this is a good time. And to maybe also use this to ramble some extra Pokemon and some Smash points. But first, opinions of this game. It does not deserve the hate it gets. However,
I'm going to be honest, I feel like the game, all of the hate that it gets is a result of people's
unrealistic expectations. A comment I believe I inserted into tons of parts of this LP was someone who basically said, maybe your unrealistic, childlike wonder and nostalgia are making you...
Because that is basically what people... and some people may say, but the developers were basically going like, hey, this is totally a Banjo 3, and yes, well, that's true to some degree. They were talking about that in more, like, terms of, you know, it's basically a 3D collectathon platformer with quirky dialogue and things. I feel like they kind of, you know, knew if we made any more direct comparisons, people would get an unrealistic expectation, because that's, like, I really do feel that's what it is.
Does that say Felicify?
What?
In the voices?
I don't know, I'm not reading.
I think I saw Felicify, unless I am I'm gonna have to do some... Okay, I'm doing some checking, but anyway... The game is fine. However, Christ almighty, it is not worth 100%ing.
But that's why, and here's a controversial opinion, was the original Banjo-Kazooie really worth 100%ing? I would kind of say no. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie were also not really worth 100%.
Other than this very...
Banjo-Tooie especially, because you gotta do fucking Canary Mary, which is worse than any bullshit this
Other
game
than that
pulls.
one thing that they do in the original, which I feel is a band-aid to fix the problem that is the final boss. Remember what the last few doors in Gruntilda's castle hide?
No, I actually don't.
Double health, double energy. Infinite refills for all your ammo. Before the final boss, you get twice as much health and energy. And that is literally only there because, good God, do you...
You should have taken fucking notes. You did it back then, why didn't you do it now?
And honestly, in that niche instance, I would have been more cool with, in Capital B's office, a final, like...
As it actually turns out, that was there, and we just had to go ram into the bookshelf.
You know the stupid thing? There were 2 tonics that said beat the game.
When we reload, let's see what the fuck those are, just out of curiosity.
I'm not leaving this LP until it...
Again, answer.
And to also... Boss Battle 101. Do not make the player do large amounts of tedious bullshit without checkpoints or healing. Unless the phases... I would argue no checkpoints in the Capital B boss if every phase was only 1 round. You hit him enough once, he transitions to the ice phase. Shoot him like 5 times, transitions to the shockwave. Hit him once, other shockwave. Hit him again, other. Like 3 missiles. That would have been... That, I think, is not... I think that could have been argued that...
I swear, that would cut the time down in like fucking half.
Yes! Yes, it would!
That would cut it down from like 10 minutes. Actually, that would cut it down more than half. That cuts it down from like 10 minutes to 3.
That would be a fine boss battle!
I'm not saying it wouldn't, but that's like kind of...
You need... And if you're not going to checkpoint, at least heal the player! Christ almighty! I hate... Now, I know that kind of depends on the game, but in a platformer game like this, at least some help in the final boss.
Well, that's another thing. That's why, most platformer bosses, the good ones, are normally like 3 or 5 hits, because you normally are also around that same amount, so they don't really need a checkpoint because it's short enough to where you'll relatively be able to get back to the end. That was not short. That was not short.
Oh yeah, you can't speed up the credits.
Because these credits are fucking long. Look at that.
Oh, and then you can stop.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You can stop and also
Like,
go back to...
I don't... this commentary... unfortunately, some of our Yooka-Laylee commentary wasn't the best, but in a blind run where I was cutting around a lot.
Also, I feel like it was still generally okay because we made the points of it, and I really do feel like people's kind of unrealistic expectations is what led to most people not really liking.
Oh, let's try to get some coherent extra points while we got a minute.
Yeah.
Your unrealistic nostalgia and hype, and to be fair, the early release versions of the game were way worse.
But that is also because the Team 17 are, that is a good developer, not only in terms of what they actually make, but also in terms of being, some of just the coolest people around, apparently, and most reasonable, but it was still a port. The PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions, when initially released, they were ports. So because they were ports, a lot of the problems were a result of, them being ports. That's why they basically had an update to bring them up to the quality, quote-unquote, of the Switch version, because, this was actually developed by,
because this was the Wii U version that they kinda had to shit can and rework.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unfortunate. That's its own ramble.
Yes.
To also, again, just use the credits for a minute, because we've got some time.
Oh, god damn it, you hit the back button!
Cool! I didn't know you go backward.
L.
Basically, to ramble about Pokemon and some Smash while I just had a minute, because I just had some thoughts and this was a good coherent time. The metagame! The theoretical metagame of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is not this refreshing metagame where now more Pokemon can be used and it's an even split.
Now, it will be that for probably about the first month, if we're being generous.
Actually, no, you're already wrong, because of the leak, Pokemon Showdown has already implemented Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee rules, and there's already a metagame, and it only consists of 10 Pokemon.
But that's also because, it's...
No, but there's already... No, but think about... The game isn't even out, and
to be fair, was that, remember when Zera Aura came out, it was technically an OU without a listing.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a few things with that.
But basically, the short Pokemon point, by limiting Pokemon, all they're effectively doing, older Pokemon will be better, but that still leaves a gap where Alolan Mach is going to be busted. The few walling Pokemon that can heal...
So, basically Mega Venusaur.
Debatably. Chansey. And then you have the extreme hyper offense, but a lot of that's going to not matter as much because, at Mega Alakazam, you might go, but Mega Alakazam is so powerful. Yeah, but Chansey with special defense kind of starts equaling you out.
Oh wait, that reminded me of another thing, and this is we kind of talked about this because this was a rumor, but apparently the data mines have confirmed this. And last time, like we talked about this, as I said, this should be impossible. Apparently, Pokemon Let's Go does not have EVs, but that's impossible. But things also apparently have IVs. I don't understand this game. So, if things don't have EVs, what the fuck does that mean? Can we get a 252 and everything like Generation 1, or...
I think that means...
Or is everything like if it's...
No, I think I know exactly what that means.
What?
Which is the weirdest bullshit.
Which would be...
You have a nature. You have IVs. But without EVs, all your stats grow unboosted. Meaning, instead of something with a 252...
So all your stats, you can technically max all of them out, but it would be, if they were maxed out, neutral.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Which means the only determining factor in the difference, because I have timid, that means my stat growth for speed is... Timid is speed minus physical attack. So if I have timid, my speed stat is going to be the highest. My physical attack... So basically, the logic I'm going with, like... Say we take Mew has base 100 in all of its stats. If it's timid, but it had all 31s, its speed is the highest stat. Its physical attack is the lowest, and that means now...
But that makes certain things more broken again.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of goes to the problem here. That makes certain things very... very more broken.
Yes, it does. It really does.
Because, as I say, we're just going to end up with the same...
I might try to get a move on or see how this cuts, because I wanted to make these points. Because the other thing I wanted to ramble about was the Smash, because I have to just...
I feel like we should save that for its own
Yeah,
video.
but I just had to ramble about some key points for a minute, because I just had to throw some salt. Because, my god, I just have to laugh in the way a lot of people. So, if you were following that there Smash, there was a certain link, there was a leak known as the Grinch leak, and everyone was like, oh my god, these things don't exist online. That means it's 100% true, guys.
Plus, the company that person apparently supposedly worked for actually, commented on something, and certain, picture, and the Grinch leaked pictures that were floating around, certain sites that had them posted, certain Twitter, or, post of them and stuff started getting taken down.
I just had to make a...
And, yeah, so I was just explaining more for people that don't know, what happened. Basically, the company that, marketing material was supposedly for actually commented on the leak, and supposedly Nintendo was taking things down from Twitter, making it seem pretty credible, because these things only happen when leaks are actually real.
But then the leak wasn't real, and then everyone watched that final direct, and the common consensus, oh, it was so disappointing. This was an underwhelming final reveal. You only think that because a bunch of you believed wholeheartedly in the Grinch leak that your salty ass cannot accept.
And the other one is, if you didn't believe in the Grinch leak, if you thought it might be fake, you're salty because the character you wanted is not in there. I guarantee you, because most people seem to have not cared about Incineroar, I guarantee you, if Incineroar was Geno or Isaac, everyone would be going on about how this was the best direct ever.
Yes. especially Gino.
Mm.
Sakurai revealed the character we've been asking for like 20 years, guys. This was so amazing. Gino got in, or like Banjo-Kazooie got in. Yeah, and like, oh, it would be like best direct ever, entirely based off Banjo-Kazooie or Gino. But it's a stupid furry based Pokemon. He's the worst starter of that generation. Oh my god, I'm so pissed. And then, my favorite part, and I'm just being cynical here because a lot of people are being cynical because it was just funny to see the internet. The big first little bonus DLC character is a Piranha Plant.
Well, that's also why another thing. A lot of people
Also, Piranha Plant looks more unique and lively than someone like Gino or Isaac would ever be.
Well, no, I feel Isaac could actually come close, but again, we can elaborate more on things for the Smash.
And my caveat, I've always said a lot of people, Gino would be generic. He would be a shooting character similar to Mega Man, which at least is a different archetype than dude with sword.
Yes, but
there's a lot of dude with sword.
But again,
still going.
The funny thing is,
we're still in the bees.
Yes, the game itself said this would be long. I don't want to talk about the Smash too much because we're going to make a video to just kind of talk about it, but to go over a few more things. A small little misconception some people had was Piranha Plant, and now this is something I could have gotten, like, I could understand people getting angry at this if this was the case. But this wasn't. Some people seem to have thought that Piranha Plant was the first DLC character. It wasn't. From the way Sakurai is talking, it seems like Piranha Plant is something he threw together in his free time because he felt like it.
Piranha Plant was a character that they were just making for laws but couldn't have ready upon release as a little pre-order type incentive. Which led to this other extreme thing of people, if you don't pre-order the game, Piranha Plant is locked away forever and you'll never get a chance to get it. You bastards!
Now, to be fair, again, that I honestly don't believe people, I don't blame people believing that because we're in a sad world to where certain other companies have done shit like that. Cough, cough, Capcom.
If you go read the website, Piranha Plant says, early adopters, you do not have to pre-order. If the game is registered on the My Nintendo website before January 31st, 2019, Piranha Plant is free and given to you early. If not, you have to pay like $6 6 months after Piranha Plant is given to people for free. But
yes, I
don't think that's unreasonable.
Yes.
And someone said that they liked Piranha Plant being this because they're like, if they told you that Banjo-Kazooie was like a pre-order bonus, the internet would have been on fire.
Yeah.
And honestly, Piranha Plant looks really lively and interesting.
I do actually unironically like Piranha Plant because we're going to do a specific...
Yeah, I'm just trying to ramble.
But that's why I just want to kind of set things up for this, but I feel Piranha Plant is one of the most interesting characters because I'll make the short version of the point here. The reason I very much unironically like Piranha Plant and are unironically hyped for it is because Piranha Plant shows Sakurai can do fucking anything. Nothing is off the table now.
And just to ramble some bullet points, and then I'm just going to speed this shit up, because this is going on in eternity, but I just wanted to... Kirby anime!
We're like... oh yeah, that's another thing. We're like, I think 10 minutes in, and we're only in the sea, so some more details and stuff came out.
Let's just ramble while I
So some more details and stuff basically kind of came out as people noticed them about World of Light and stuff. The woman that sings the Japanese version of the World of Light theme is the woman that's basically sung the theme, well, the first opening for the Kirby anime, and the Japanese name of World of Light, I believe it was, when written out in katakana and read backwards in katakana, its name is Kirby of the Stars. it's just named after the Kirby anime.
I also hate how everyone, oh, that was underwhelming and a waste of development. This is not the story mode I wanted.
Which, again, I honestly feel is a result of people's... I'm just going to flat out fucking say it. Entitlement and unrealistic
expectations. And then this one interview and this other connotation of that story mode had a lot of people pissed off.
Why?
Apparently, it's kind of being implied, and this... Remember the big thing about Subspace Emissary?
Mm-hmm.
All the CGI cutscenes?
Yeah.
Apparently, World of Light doesn't have those.
That's another thing that's weird. It was something people noticed in the Japanese Direct, because the Japanese Direct oddly covered a bit more than the English one, like going into classic mode and stuff. One of the menus that was... A weird thing about that statement, one of the menus people noticed that was like one of the sub-menus in the Japanese Direct, the description of it, it was like, its name was theater or something, and it's like description, it was like, watch trailers and cutscenes, and the little icon is like a few characters basically gathered together in a movie theater with like popcorn and stuff, and was the name like, watch trailers and cutscenes. I think that means there are going to be at least a few more in there.
It seems... The implication is that there's not too many, but people... Oh my god, it's not at all the Subspace Emissary 2 I suddenly wanted.
Which I thought all you people hated the Subspace Emissary. I thought that was the one blemish on Brawl, you know, before people just hated Brawl in general.
I need to go back to that old Miyamoto joke of, you say Wind Waker's for babies, so I make a Twilight Princess, and then you're all Twilight Princess sucks.
It's too edgy. Go back to Wind Waker.
We want a Wind Waker, so I make Skyward Sword, and then you're, this isn't good. It's like, you don't know what you want.
I don't know what the fuck you want. I'm going back to Wii Sports. At least grandmas like it.
At least grandmothers know.
It was like, don't complain.
Which is exactly...
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to just be a blunt asshole. It's unrealistic expectation and entitlement. And a lot of people...
Especially because, like, before you say that point was the character thing. I mean, it's like, were you fuckers even listening? Sakurai basically said there aren't going to be that many new characters in the base game. And all you people want to like all these characters in the base game.
And then this other, like...
yeah, that scared me for a minute.
Then this other ridiculous thing that, like, Sakurai... like, the hate that fans had with, like, the World of Light and stuff. And this pisses me off. I get it in theory, but you people really... Tons of people, and this was... To some done more as a joke, but to others, it's like, why did they focus so much of that direct on the single-player content that has no bearing on competitive Smash? Because not everyone who plays Smash is going to play competitive. And if there wasn't any single-player content, you people, oh my god, it's just multiplayer!
Hey, do you remember a game that launched... does anyone remember the last fighting game that launched that had no single player and was purely multiplayer content? The punchline is Street Fighter V. And you remember how much of a shit show... Oh, that one over now. Yes, to be fair, that one was also missing characters. If Smash was various types of multiplayer modes, such as, you know, the regular...
Street Fighter 5 had a lot of other problems.
Yeah, yes, but it's like, it's kind of the same thing of...
People...
You all complained when that game launched because, you know, that game was fucking unfinished. So when it launched, it's lacking a single player really made it, you know, look terrible because of how, like... how much shit it was missing. The Smash at least has outside of the spirits and like World of Light single player and stuff like that. It at least has a good chunk of multiplayer content, but that is something all of you would, you know, complain about. Like, just go look at Splatoon. It's
the salty entitlement just bothers me.
Oh yes, it is really salty and really entitled.
That's exactly what people are going on about.
Mm.
It's just salty entitlement. Because you people can't be happy. Oh, they're having another big epic story mode. Oh my god, it uses the stupid spirit gimmick, and it's not exactly like Subspace Emissary that we all suddenly love.
Even though I thought all of you hated it.
Mm-hmm. People did.
No, it was people. I think it was people who they hated it. It was like then they liked it except for the Great Maze. Then they hated it again.
And then Smash 4, no story mode. Oh my god, guys, we need another Subspace Emissary. World of Lights and like spirits. Oh, holy crap, guys!
And then because of the spirits, World of Light appears to have infinitely more depth than the Subspace Emissary. Because that's another thing that gets me. A bunch of people's complaints for, like, you know, the Subspace Emissary is that a lot of the shit you do in that is kind of the same, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But no one seems to realize all the little changes and tweaks that will be in various matches for the World of Light, because the spirits really do make a world of difference.
And people complain about, oh, it's just a lazy overworld map. But as you get spirits and stuff, like the Pokemon trainer using a Lapras to surf, just stupid little nuances like that.
Oh, there is a shit ton of things. Fucking Game Explain has, I think it's like a 45-minute, basically, analysis video.
Yeah, but my point...
It's the spirits part of the trailer, and they get 45 minutes out of, like, basically 2 minutes of footage.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yes.
This is not a tiny half-assed thing.
Even though apparently it's a gimmicky mode that isn't what...
You have skill trees.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that first. You have a motherfucking skill tree.
But oh, it's just a gimmicky mode that doesn't need to exist. Because competitive Smash doesn't need this single-player shit. And it's not the Subspace Emissary 2 we all suddenly... You people are hypocrites.
This is why I say never listen to your hardcore fan base.
Mm-hmm. And I feel the Grinch leak ruined Smash Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Though one of my favorite things that came out of this, and it was a meme, was just a port, guys. Someone was meme. They didn't. You know.
They were memeing that.
What?
They were just memeing the...
Oh, that reminds me, like, if you're still listening, just a side tangent, Detective Pikachu, the movie.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. That's another thing before I just make a video rambling about.
Everyone's complaining, that's like the worst thing ever. Detective Pikachu, the movie.
I feel it's a quickly ramble about that before possibly just having a video that's us rambling about that. The movie itself looks okay. My only problem is the problem a bunch of other people have. Some of the Pokemon look okay. Like, at first I hated the way Pikachu looked, but after staring at it long enough, I feel Pikachu looks mostly okay. And the Bulbasaurs in that one shot looked pretty okay. Everything else is bad. Though, like someone said, Mr. Mime looks like a pedophile now, and I feel like that was kind of intentional.
He's telling you to shove it.
You should probably just either skip at this point or go into, like, hyperspeed or something on this, because the game sometimes stutters. Ludicrous speed! Go!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
I was just trying to give us time to ramp. It's sad that I could cut a part of just credit ramble. Oh, Jesus Lord. But basically, the short, repetitive entitlement point is I feel like people are just entitled.
Yes, and, like, again, people would have basically... They would have lost their shit, like, say, if it was, like, Geno or Banjo or Isaac, if it was one of the ones people wanted, or if it wasn't one of the highly popular ones people wanted, but something that, like, people thought would never happen.
Jesus, fuck, that's great.
What?
I made it super fit.
I think we're in the T's now.
The Grinch League ruined the... hype, and then tons of people...
Well, also, it's not just that the Grinch League ruined the hype, it's also part of it, I think, is that no one really cares about, like, you know, Can or Incineroar, especially because everyone was gunning for the Pokemon rep being Decidueye. So, okay, fuck, it's over now. Everyone was gunning for the Pokemon rep being Decidueye, so if that had come out, everyone would have been praising it because they would have the smug satisfaction of being right. Okay, now, let's see what...
Actually, first...
options and stuff.
I got them all.
Weird. Okay, good, because we are not doing anything else.
I just had to make sure this was a 100% run.
What's the percentage on your file?
Supersized. Keep on. Status.
Minions defeated. 2.
We have to see those tonics. 31, 39, 29. Jesus, fuck. What?
Jesus fucking Christ.
We have to see the tonics. I have to.
Yeah, the amount of time, like, that was around like 31 hours. The amount of time it took us to beat this was about the amount of time it took me to get to the bad ending in SMT4.
I beat 1,000-Year Door quicker than this. I have to see what those other 2 tonics are.
They're probably going to be like infinite energy and something else.
I bet you have all my tonics. How do you get 64-bit?
I don't know. What are the...
This tonic is a secret. Massively reduces your health. Oh, fuck off, guys.
Okay, so that's one of them. What's the other one?
This tonic is a secret. What does it do?
What's the name of the other one?
Yep.
What?
It's unlimited energy.
Oh.
I think.
Start flying, you fuck.
Wait, it actually just seems to be massively long energy?
Oh no, I think it reduces the cost.
Oh yeah, it's slow crawl.
Seems to have, like, cut shit in half. Okay, so you can... So for beating the game, you can get something that, like, reduces your health. The other one is an infinite energy, and then 64-bit is... I don't know what the fuck you have to do.
I might have to do one cut just to learn how to... Because this reduces your damage for a tough challenge.
No, it reduces your health.
Oh.
Oh, that's a big no right there.
Oh. Yeah.
That's the fuck no.
Hard mode.
Pants.
So, before calling it a day, I'm probably going to look up the tonics, see what the 64-bit, see if there's a way to get it. Because I kind of want to know, because we literally did everything. So it turns out the 64-bit ability is impossible to earn. it is tied to DLC and other bonuses, but they coded it into the list. So,
but what, like, how, what, was it like a Kickstarter thing? How?
No one has it.
No one at all?
Nope.
So, that's weird.
And there's one other stupid one you get for beating the game that I want to quickly... add.
What?
That is the... Did you hear it?
Wait. Oh, helium.
Hmm?
It makes all NPCs.
Yeah. That's what you get for beating the game.
Why is the 64-bit there?
So, we're about to stop then.
Like, I'm seriously asking that. If there is no way to get it, it's not a backer bonus. It's not a Kickstarter thing.
It's DLC.
And it's DLC that hasn't been released.
Yes.
Why?
So, I have done everything. It's not... Like, I'm about to just...
The most that we haven't done is the co-op stuff, but we could maybe have a quick, like, 10-minute extra video. That's oddly charming. We can maybe have, like, a quick 10-minute extra video or something showing that off later, eventually.
It's charming. Bask in it, motherfuckers! Bask! I'm about to stop because we need to go. Now, I don't know how long I'm cutting what into.
Where now?
Because there's a lot of failure. Because, good lord, that final boss was terrible. Kartos was terrible. Pirate Treasure was easy enough. Anyway, this recording is probably at least 4 videos. But, as I sit on this total screen, and I do not have DLC that doesn't exist, and there's nothing arbitrary where it's like, oh, you have to beat Rexdro's mini games and get a secret score of like, you know, like the Pagey is like tier 2 and you have to get like over that. So, overall, it's a pretty good game. I just don't think 100%ing it was all that worth it. I don't think this game deserves the hate it gets, and I do think it's worth playing, but if you want to 100% this game, like, you need to put on your big boy pants, because Christ. And just watching other people play, like, the final boss and other things I had trouble with, I noticed adults have the same problems that I'm having as an adult, so it's not just me, it's just the game. But with that long ramble said, as our cat screams at the door, we need to go, so I hope you guys enjoyed Yooka-Laylee. Next up, I have this one game in mind that's probably going to be some small, less tedious filler to put between some major stuff, because Sean and Brian won't come here. But anyway, I need to hard fade into the slate. I'm probably just going to leave that ramble in. Need to book into this LP. So see you guys next time for the one game I have planned that I'm probably going to try to record soon-ish. Anyway, you'll probably see that up very soon. Hope you don't mind the cat. See you guys next time. Okay, guys. So my question of the day is, what did you guys think of the post-game tonics? In my opinion, they are not really worth beating the game for. They're kind of funny, and the 3 hit point one is interesting, but I don't really think they're broken or really needed to be hidden behind beating the game at least once. But I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments below, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and leave some comments. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscription button and subscribe. If you are already subscribed, please ring the bell next to the subscription button. That gives you the proper notifications of whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Doing all of these things really helps out the channel, and it really helps our communities grow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.